30 vyks mankšta ir labai didelis prašymas taip pat tėvų sudalyvauti, kadangi tai net šiaip sąvoka apie mankštą, o kadangi mes esame pavyzdžiai, tai šiek tiek bus daugiau nei mankšta. Ir vyresni vaikai, laukiam jūsų čia.
9-16, прошу сюди.
Nuo 9 metų.
Дітки 18+, до мене. Ні, ви можете.
Jau jį ne pirmas iki vyksta, čia jeigu neklystu iš vis 11 stovykla, jo ukrainiečių ir lietuvių šeimų stovykla. Tai esminis tikslas toks kaip, žodžiu, kad šitoje stovykloje atsitiktų draugystės ir kad jos jau po stovyklos irgi pasiliktų.
Ar jūs atsitinka?
Aš pats to asmeniškai nežinau, to nesuseku, bet kad vaikai, kai kurie vaikai, jo, tikrai žinau, kad jie ir toliau po stovyklos tęsia savo draugystės. Tai va, Vilniuje žinau, kad tikrai susitinka prie Balto tilto jau tie patys ukrainiečiai ir lietuviai.
For Ukrainians, it's a place where they can feel safe and they feel like they are visiting their mom who takes care of everything. They are fed, they are cared, they have a nice place and environment to stay, and the children are occupied all the time, so they can feel more freedom and maybe discover something they have forgotten about. Like they were dreaming about, or they can have some insights what to do next with their lives and their plans. Why we invite Lithuanian families? It's just to establish that connections and ties between host nation and Ukrainians as refugees, so they can understand better each other on a human level, to hear each other's needs, each other's thoughts and feelings.
Sometimes when we are really tired and maybe burn out with hundreds very difficult stories of people who experienced occupation, for example, in Mariupol or Bucha, who really have big losses. We are asking always why we are still doing this, because it's really take all of your resource. And the question for me personally, and we also verbalize it in our mission as a project, that we believe that saving humanity, this is the only way to preserve and to reduce the conflicts. To save this human being very pure principles of love, of care, of patient understanding each other. This is the most important. Then when we came to Lithuania as a refugees, it was after three weeks, so it was March 2022. And there were a lot of supporters from Lithuania, donors, institutions who wanted to contribute somehow to Ukraine. And wanted to help Ukrainians. And we said that we know how to help.
Nanga, boom!
Отлично, вас, тебе. Окей, факур. Хорошо, давай с тобой энергия. Тиша такая вообще. Давайте ще одне коло. Удо! сміх.
А він дує на тих, хто любить плавати.
Вітер дує на тих, хто хоч раз в своєму житті був на морі. Вітер дує на тих, у кого білі кросовки.
Вітер дує на тих, хто хоч раз грав у дворовий футбол.
Дворовий футбол, хто грав хоч раз.
Вітер дує на тих, хто хоч раз травмував ноги.
Вітер дує на тих,
Хто літав на Марс.
Давай.
Вітер дує на тих, хто
марсіяни.
хто з України. Вітер дує на тих, хто в носках Adidas.
Ну, конечно!
Окей, Саша, останній.
Adidas.
Вітер дує на тих, хто жінка.
Окей. Дякуємо. Візьми, будь ласка, стільчик собі. Ми з вами разом. І для нас
Šią stovyklą mes turim tokią naujovę, įtraukiam ir vyrus. Tai va darysim tokią vyrų ratą, užsiėmimą, tai va dirbsim ir su jais irgi.
Ar mes kalbame apie tėčius, ar apie sūnus, ar apie...
Apie tėčius. Jo, tai vat, tiesiog pastebėjom tokią tendenciją, kad mamos su paaugliais daugiau laiko praleidžia, vyrai šiek tiek nuošaliau būna, tai vat pagalvojom, kad reikėtų juos irgi įveiklinti.
When we were in that camp, we saw that these are mostly Lithuanians that came with husbands, and these are mostly Ukrainians that were without, and we understand why is that. Didn't you get the sad feedback about this aspect, or it isn't the case?
We didn't have at all such feedbacks, but the men who come, at first they are probably were afraid or felt guilt, and they didn't want to show up.
Even though they come together to the program, they didn't attend the program, didn't come even to the restaurant to eat together. So they just sit in their rooms or just walk somewhere around. They didn't came to the program. I don't know, maybe it was before the New Year, like December program maybe. And I saw the first time when men started to come to the restaurant or to the cultural activities, or not to the sessions, I mean, just he's in program, but in very special time when there are a lot of people. Or they started joining the team of our project team who is working with kids, and just asked, can we join you and help you with the kids, for example. And it was actually very fruitful help, because we always need men in the program, because there are a lot of boys and teenagers, and we need them to help. And it was March or April when I saw this natural flow, when all of women and men they just were joking, and it was there were no tension. This is a real Ukrainian society model for the future. So if we will sit together, 10 women, for example, together, one will have husband, one of these will have husband, one will be a widow, one will be divorced, because there are a lot of divorces now, because this relationship on distance, it's very hard to maintain them. So I mean that this is a real model, and we need to know how to live in this new women context, when it is not the equal situation and would never be the same. And if I have, for example, husband and you lost your husband, we still are Ukrainians and we still need to be supportive.
Потом перекрестить. И вот так вот. Оп. Пожалуйста, это ваш паспорт.
Все? Можемо йти на вуличку?
Я
перегуляю. Ми це прийдемо, зробимо потім, хорошо?
Ух ты ж.
Покажи свій паспорт. Маргарит, туди, на камеру, покажи свій паспорт.
Прям видишь фантик.
А що ви Солейма подарунка? А що ви Солейма?
Ее виса подарили. Пароль.
Круто! Все, Маш, идем. Кого? Кого? Пузырьки возьмем пузырьки, пойдемте. Почекайте нас.
А что где
Давайте
ты?
ручку. Ні? Пошли.
Эйна?
Как вы общаетесь или как вообще общаться с
детками?
С детками, да. Вот
Ну,
с
наверное,
этим.
не спрашивать, откуда они приехали, вот
Да.
обстоятельства
Почему?
приезда. Но вот она не помнит, откуда. Некоторые детки начинают плакать.
Мгм.
Поэтому вот, ну, как-то вот обходите те. Ну,
Да.
то есть, откуда ты, и вот сам этап, как ты попал.
Этого тоже не спрашиваем.
Ну, да, если
Да.
ребенок, он сам вам расскажет, с какого города, как он ехал и почему. Просто, ну, как бы из практики.
Ага.
Потому что, ну, вот она не помнит откуда, я тоже, ну, она не знает, не помнит. А ну давайте я высоко сейчас залезу на лавочку. Пошли, я сейчас залезу на лавочку. Нет, вот сюда. Я сюда, да, буду высоко. Вы будете подстрибывать и ловить. Не-не-не, ты вниз. Детки, вы вниз.
Смотрите, куда он. Ой.
Ну, не надо, ну хай же, да. Давай еще, давай. Иди сюда, Да. Все, детки, я знаю, что ты баришься. Пойдемте, забираем свои... и пойдем на
Площадка.
Я подожду ребят, они в туалет пошли.
Меня заснять.
А может, Саша пойдем посмотрим, что он делает?
Давай сейчас Саша.
Или сначала на площадку, потом Саша?
Зарян. Зарян. По-украински звезда.
А брат тоже есть здесь, да?
А брат Назар. Он такой, у нас фамилия одинаковая. Я беспалый, и он беспалый.
А он тоже где-то здесь? Или в другой группе?
Он в другой группе.
Он постарше, да?
Да, ну вот скоро 13 лет уже будет.
Ты. Нравится тебе здесь? Круто. Что еще покажешь? Мы еще тебя снимем.
Аж рабой.
О, Ярос!
Да, не докаж рейс. Не! До супчу. Аж норейти, не катуй.
Ну, юбся ще й лє.
Не! Саївка, не сукці. Док породичкой прикейт. Попростай! Хорошо, что я не забыл. Вот этой, Галю.
А я тебе переведу, если ты хочешь.
Там теперь. Там. Сейчас иди там на другую. Я не паску и мане, я гнорик отсюда сук.
О,
Я могу, кстати, сук.
я сука. Жрек. Не
Эй!
O ką, reikia eiti? Nesustok?
Aš išstovėjau vienintelis.
Nugriuvom vis.
Ne, aš ne.
Nu,
Анечка, що з тобою? Що ти така сумна?
Опа, молодчинка, вставай.
Ти б посміхнулась. Ти туди хочеш? Ну то злізайте. Ні? Впевнена? Ну добре, тоді я далі. Так?
Окей, есть здесь. Да, или одна тут?
У меня 2 брата и 1 сестра.
Все здесь?
Як на коні, так?
Еще тетя у меня есть крестная. Они крестные.
Нравится тебе здесь?
Да.
Хорошо.
Ну, в Украине не очень, потому что я хочу вот помочь солдатам, и, чтобы Россия уже наконец-то ушла или ее убили. И я хочу, чтобы все наконец-то закончилось.
А мы пойдем на гамаки?
Да? Все могли ехать в Украину.
Я тоже пойду на гамаки.
Да.
на гамаки? Ну, пішли на гамаки.
Да.
Ой-ой-ой!
We were participating in this theater session. It encouraged participants to get to know themselves and their emotions better and express them the way those emotions are, but not to like suppress them or soften or deny them. And it was really extraordinary to look at women doing that, because at first they kind of tried to be this polite and like smiley, but then asked, they expressed those uncomfortable emotions and those like ugly emotions, like anger and disappointment. And I think it's such a therapeutic effect of the camp and those sessions.
Yes, for sure. The program is made in such a way so people can digest their emotions, maybe admit and then express and then digest. So all these sessions like theater or body therapy, everything is aimed at this recovery, emotional state and well-being recovery. And this is the base, for stop surviving, becomes thriving.
So we have quite a big team, and a professional team who know how to react on different situations when the emotions or because a lot of people who came, Ukrainians, with really hard stories. They didn't treat it psychologically. They do not have the special treatment. And they just mobilized all of this year trying to survive here. And when they come to our camp, situation happens that they just relax, and in this moment everything comes up. And if the person have really serious trauma, we see that the situation that this person in particular need care, a special care. We just take it in an individual way. So during the camp, we can have an individual sessions also. There is a trust between us happens during these camps, and after camps they can ask for a meeting. I had a couple of meetings with women who just, it's not about therapy, that's very difficult questions, existential questions they had. And they just asked for a coffee, for example. And we talked after the camp. I'm family coach. Marichka, she's a therapist. Raima, she's therapist, professional one, But after camp, we cannot provide them like a systematical help. But they need this, but just to respond on their need.
What challenges the women face when they left Ukraine and moved to other countries, including Lithuania? Yes, we do have some of the context, but what usually remains undisclosed for public? What are those challenges that are usually hidden?
I think it's an existential question about the future. And once in our camp, we finished our reflection session with the question: what is our course? Our where are we headed? Direction, yeah. What is our direction? And it sounds like direction without direction. Okay, we don't know what will happen in a year, but now we're okay with that. We accept that situation when we don't have anything planned. So we are calm with that.
When I left Ukraine as a woman, not like me or each woman, I made a choice to save my children. So it was a choice. And after 1 year being in another country, and we see that the war doesn't end, and there is a choice to come back home and to save a family, because my husband is in Ukraine, for example, yes, and as a woman I need to save our relationships and family, or to keep safe my children. When they are here, they have guilty that they are separate with their family. When they come back home, they are guilty because they do not can provide totally safe for their children. So whether I'm a mother or I am a wife, so what is my mission now? And this is a really challenge for women. Another one, this is again professional identity. Most of them lost their professional and social capital. So because when you are in another country, you are lucky if you can work with your profession. And basically, who is really in a good situation? Hair masters, nail masters, beauty industry, because it's everywhere. You can do it, yes, and every woman needs to have this service. Any different profession without
like doctors and journalists and teachers,
intellectual, different spheres. They really without language, local language, for example, yes, without your social capital. I mean your reputation and your contacts, networks. This is really a challenge. This loss of professional identity, loss of self-confidence. The other hidden challenge is parenting, because when you have children and you raise them for more than 1 year alone, it's a big challenge, especially if you have teenagers, especially if they are boys. So because you are only a parent, you became this parent. We call it like parent identity. I am mother, I am father at the same time. So I need to be at the same time mother, father, a friend of my kids, yes, and also to earn money, because I became how to say it, the only adult who can provide. This is also very challenging to be a parent.
How do relationships develop when you are?
Because you do not have basically physical contact, spiritual contact. I don't know, conversations in real time. In real time, I mean, when like in normal life, when we in a common life, when we can argue, we can smile, we can share all the life experience together. Our kids are ill with temperature in hospitals, so this connect people because we have shared experience. And now when women are separated with the men, this shared experience doesn't exist, and it's only a phone or a Viber camera, I don't know, or something else, and. This connection is just cut between women and men. Women should take care about living in a new country, losing identity. She's emotionally stressed. She's tired. All of these problems that she should parent and raise her kids, and at the same time, again, treat these relationships with husband. It's very, very big. I don't know how to say it. Scope of tasks, really. And nobody talking about this, that this is really a challenge.
What are the outcomes of these situations? how do they usually end, or maybe they end in a bunch of different ways, this separation? What do you observe? What have you observed during this year?
Our Gender Institute in Ukraine, they now announced, or they're talking openly, in a couple of years, that will be a huge amount of delayed divorces. Not delayed. That the problem happened, the crisis happens in the families, and as a result, in a couple of years, we will have the huge numbers of divorces, because people, in fact, they are not together anymore, and it's just on a legal issue to confirm this state. I heard a lot of women's stories about that they, how to say it, that it seems that they don't want to come back, but they do not know how to say it to their families. That I'm here, I like to be here, I see that my kids are benefit here, they can be safe, they can be educated. So inside them, they had this motivation to stay and even to sacrifice their marriage for this, for just to take a future for their kids. But they do not say it openly. It just they cannot say to their husbands by phone that I decided that I will stay. So, but this inner motive they have.
I keep thinking that this guilt probably comes with the pressure from a society, doesn't it? Because you mentioned the guilt of men that are here, that are not in Ukrainian territory. The guilt of women being the wife and the professional and the mother at the same time, and this guilt that she just can't manage this. The guilt to leave the husband. Why? Does this guilt come from? I mean, because also you mentioned a few times during our conversation that it's up to women to save the marriage. Why is this woman's
role?
Yeah. Why do you see why do you see it as a woman's role?
Maybe it's cultural context, yes. Actually, we have this picture of Ukrainian woman who is Bereginya. In Ukrainian, it's called Bereginya, so it's like a saver, yes? I don't know how to say it in English.
The one who cares about your family, the place the family is, and like Bereginya.
And again, because
who preserves.
And again, why women? Because we are here safe. It means that the people who are left Ukraine, it is considered like this, yes, by society, that if you left Ukraine and you are abroad, you are safe, you are treated. You cannot, how to say, жалітися. Complain. You cannot complain about your life, I don't know, your emotional state, and this guilt comes, yes, from society and from the situations.
When you're a child, they say you like, you can do these things. If you don't do this way, you're a bad person. So probably it exists all over countries, maybe just different situations. So it comes, from social context.
The time will come. The time will come when we can say about this experience of being refugee to Ukrainian who are in Ukraine. I mean, and this stress and this survival guilty, and that yes, it's not the war. I mean, that we do not have the war experience like people who are in Ukraine. This bombing and just today. You open the news and you see that it's horrible number of people who died, and but time will come. But now it's not the proper time to talk that you should understand us, or it's somehow in the common understanding that if you are here, you should maintain or care about who in Ukraine.
будет очень интересно.
Мария!
Валерия.
Валерия.
Кристина.
Кристина.
Венера.
О, Венера. Где-то я это видела.
Ира.
Вера.
Ну, кто еще не помнит?
Сергей.
Сергей.
Ну, смотрите, вы только что сделали практически, может быть, в своей жизни невозможное. Вы вышли, оказались во всеобщем внимании, да еще в кругу, да, то есть в затылок вам тоже смотрели. И вы должны были представиться. Это уже какой-то такой маленький перформанс, и что-то показать. А теперь все, вы уже инициированы, вы на сцене, да, более, ну, вот такой маленькой сцене. И теперь следующее, что вы сделаете, вы поздороваетесь и поменяетесь с человеком, и это произойдет несколько раз. И будем мы сначала стоять вот так, потом мы с кем-то встречаемся глазами, и с этим человеком мы идем, да, и обмениваемся местом. И держим при этом контакт. Это может происходить несколько пар одновременно. Давайте попробуем. Через эту точку каждый из вас должен пройти. Начинаем мы движение одновременно. Заканчиваем движение одновременно. И все вместе. И вторая вещь, подумайте, что вам можно какие-то, я вам дала как будто бы не свободу такую определенную, да, вместе начать, вместе закончить, всем пройти цветочки. Но надо не попробовать, а самой точке пройти. Одна вещь произошла, вы же друг друга вообще не боитесь, вы там выясняете, там близко у вас ни времени нет, мы работаем очень с переносом веса друг на друга, да, чтобы облокотиться на человека, чтобы взять его вес, вот это вот прекрасная демонстрация. Дети это, в этом, опять же, нуждаются. Если нужно детям чувство безопасности, ну вот куда-нибудь наверх или так, это про это самое, они хотят убедиться, что вы их ловите. У них тело просит этой штуки. Мы в этом тоже нуждаемся. Но приходится это делать друг другу в театральных мастерских, потому что место в жизни для этого не... Ну, в магазине.
Очередь.
Знаете, я же когда...
Профессионалочка такая.
Знаете, эти дамы... 40 минут в автобусе. Можно вас поговорить? Или там вот такая была ситуация, и я, значит, летела, но очень было страшно. Удивительно. И каждый такую историю накидывает, потом вы как группа говорите, давай вот эту историю делать. И из нее делаете скульптуру на четверых. Да? Давайте. Да, вот, наверное, когда человек не знает, что делать, он сейчас закрывает. Мы эмоции. Надо накрыться вот так. Как его играть? Я могу сыграть. Лицо, да, лицо. Я тоже кажется, что вот Сергей, что вот это то, что с ним происходит, оно тяжело, трудности все на нем. Класс. Очень, очень. Я уже просто у меня
Сергей 2 дня не пришел домой.
Ну, мы показываем как бы скульптуру.
Страх, гнев, боль. Ну, как раз вот наша четверка.
Ага.
У нас на всех одна история на данный момент. Война. Как тебя чувствовал человек в первые минуты, вот кто что испытал.
Вот это страх бомбежки было.
Ага.
Гнев, испуг. Человек не знает, что им паника, человек не знает, что ему делать, как ему теперь быть. Кто-то, ну, у каждого своя.
The war itself, it get rid of all of these issues of gender equality and blah 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 blah. The war show us very, very in a black and white that when the war started, man takes the weapon and goes to the front, and women should care about the children. This is how in reality it happens. 9 million of Ukrainian women just take their kids and go abroad. Now women should care about the how to say it, not like a front line, like a backstage. Economy also, to work, because we should back office, and it's not about the value of men and women.
In media, I often see this image of Ukrainian refugee women in this victimized way, that they complain and they cry, but from this what you are talking about now, that women not only take care of the children but also move economy, and they work and they support, and they don't really look like a picture of a victimized refugee. They really look more like a strong women that do take care of a lot of things, including their own mental health. Would you agree?
Yes, and a lot of Lithuanian women, they say that we are in our programs, and not only I heard this, that Lithuanian women say, I teach a lot from you, because we are very strong. I mean, as a woman, I also have 3 children, and leading a lot of projects, and trying also to keep my family and all of this family management. Sometimes I joke that if I can make real workshops and take big money for this, it's only about family management. I'm a professional in this topic. This is a new picture of refugee. I don't know how to say it. Picture of refugee refugees who, yes, they treated and cared, but they contribute a lot to host countries in the economy, in their culture, in some mental and emotional experience of host local people.
I would say that there is no time to cry. You cry, but you at the same time you do something, because if you don't do anything, you're not having opportunities to survive, have money, food, everything. Yeah.
Let's say about this behavioral activism.
Yeah, there is a concept in psychology about behavioral activism. So it's a way, coping way to cope with your emotional state. It's a way to switch your attention, or you start doing something. It's easier to work, to do. You cannot rest, because when you rest, then everything comes.
And this is how a group of scientists, psychologists who investigated and explored this Ukrainians during Ukrainian women, particular women in this war context, and they admitted that yes, behavior activism. This is the syndrome of Ukrainian diagnosis of Ukrainian women in this war context. So they act. Just you need to do a lot in order to survive, mentally and emotionally.
For sure, everyone has a lot of pain and grief. But why, as you mentioned, why in public and media it's showed like victimized? Because it's convenient for getting money and weapons.
Actually, again, we are victims. Yes, I mean that. We really need help of and weapon, because otherwise we just will not be. It's existential threat. So I mean that we will not survive as a nation, because we need to stop this war. And
you are also mentioned the group of women who need to be together sometimes, just without men or kids. And I just thought that maybe it's not possible to cope with the tragedy that is happening alone. how did you two meet? I mean, how does your partnership help to thrive these hard times?
Our meeting has happened like before war. It was in Kiev, and we worked together in a private school. Svetlana was the head of the school, and I was in operations. So, yeah.
And we did not only school.
Yeah, and then the project of family camp came.
So we
in
worked for 10
2021.
years together, and we launched a lot of projects together. So we are like a star team. I mean, it's supposed to be collaborated for a long time. And I invited Irina to Vilnius.
It's always easier to survive in the circle of like-minded people, and when you know somewhere in the destination you are heading to, and you meet someone you already knew, and then you, through these networks, you get to know new people. So it's like supportive circle.
In Ukrainian, it's like посестри. In Lithuania, in English, it's like sistering. I don't know how. Sisterhood, yes. From the very beginning of the war, when I came to Lithuania, we started making this women's circle. It's called Ukrainians for Ukrainians. Just to make this supportive circle we just met for a couple of hours. We were reading poetry, listening music together. Ala Cheres, who is our musician with bandura. You can be very strong and say, yes, I am okay, till you will hear the sound of Ukrainian bandura. And you just open and say, okay, I can cry, and we talked a lot together. And so I believe that in any context, any country, in any nation, these women circles and this sisterhood is very important for women development as a woman, with women identity, to spiritual development of women, and to save actually women identity. Because to be a woman, I mean, naturally, you should also to care and to nurture this female part. I don't know how to say it, of yourself.
Because when you're active behaviorally, and then you forget about your, I don't know, creative
female
parts.
Yeah, creative female, like very easy part when you want. I want this. I want, dreaming this. Yes, this very, very light and easy part of yourself. And the war really вкрала, як це буде? Stolen. The war really stolen this part from us, women. I mean, you just take this, I don't know, in a very brutal way, and all of women became very, very masculine. Yeah.
Is not only in Lithuania, but in other countries as well. It's being usually manipulated by politicians. I mean, in Lithuania, it looks like they artificially strengthen the tension between two parts, and one part is those who claim defending family values, the traditional family values, and expressed other people as other forms of families as defective or as incomplete. There is this other pole that is really relies more on human rights, and they see this family picture wider. I mean, like same-sex units or heterosexual partnerships, not necessarily based on marriage. And we haven't even it's considered whether lonely men or lonely women with kids are families, or whether people without kids that chose not to have kids are families, or whether, let's say, like sister that takes care of her elderly parents, are they families? So there are a lot of concepts of family. And why do you think this concept of family is such a target for like political manipulation and political populism in politics itself?
Each of these situations can be considered as a family. So family, it's not about man, woman, or two children. I don't know how to say it. All of this is a family. Our idea is that each human being came from family. So you have a parent. So you were born, single mother, full family. I don't know, whoever. But you gave a birth naturally. We will deliver it as a human being by some adult other human being, yes? And we came from a family. Family is a very small community, which can be more extended or smaller or bigger. And then you came to a bigger community, I don't know, to your neighbors, or when you go to school, then you go. As a human being, you came from a very small community to a big community, and the world itself is a big community. The values of people, your personal characters and your understanding of life came from the very beginning, from what you were surrounded by, what community you were surrounded. That's why the concept of family, it's for us, it's not about the frame, it's about the values we are human beings get from our family and our community, big community. And our idea is to survive human values, normal human values, very simple human values. This is care, love, how to be together, how to live together, how to work together, how to exist together in the normal, without any conflict, war, I don't know, without brutal things. And regarding to your question, why this topic is used so widely in different narratives, because it's very human. Because this topic about family, it's touch every people on the planet, and it's very easy to go to the new narratives with the personal touch.
It's easier to manipulate with your feelings. And for example, you mentioned units like of the same sex, yes, and those are vulnerable categories. So and their needs may be not addressed so widespread as family is in traditional understanding, when there is a man, a woman, and a child. Yeah,
it's easy to manipulate on the topic, which really touch everyone.
And again, that manipulation is something about being insecure, right? And I keep thinking, why do those like family value things? Why are they so widespread? I mean, for example, now talking about the aggressor, Vladimir Putin is preparing for the next year's election with the slogan, "Russia is family for families," and of course defending the traditional values. I mean, and he vocalizes that, and people reply to that. And not only there, I mean, do we really feel that insecure about our like family concepts that we really go after that manipulation? Why is it so? It's a very difficult question, but I keep asking myself. Okay,
it's not difficult. I will tell you why.
Okay.
When the war started again, I just why I'm articulate so maybe confident, because we have this experience. When the war started, each Ukrainian, in the couple of first hours of the war, just care about their family members. Yes or no? Yes, because when you really see that it is death that came to you in your, so you can die in 2 hours, 3 hours, I don't know, or you need to save. The most valuable thing is the family. I mean, kids, children, and if you will check the any Ukrainian chatting after the war, you will see that the first couple of hours they were chatting with their families, then with very close friends, then with colleagues, then was, so I mean that you are asking, are you alive? Are you alive? Are you alive? So this question, are you alive, was addressed firstly to very close people. And that's why Vladimir Putin say family, because I mean that when you say, if he says, for example, it is threat for Russia, it's not understandable on a very, on my level, what does mean Russia?
What is Russia?
What is Russia? But if he says, your family will die tomorrow, or your kids will die tomorrow, or your husband, or your mother, father, uncle, it's an absolutely different thing. And you just understand that, yes, this is what I would like. When it's threats for my family, I will take the weapon and go. When it's threats maybe for abstract Russia, I mean, I will not take a weapon. This is different level of manipulation.
When this all will be over, when the war is over, what projects would you like to create so that you would help to rebuild the Ukrainian society, the psychological side, I don't know, maybe physically? What topics would you like to work on when the war ends?
Safety and economy, these are the factors which, if there is stability, people would come back.
Do you have already ideas about what would you do first of all?
No, not yet, not precise. I try to concentrate where I am.
I will work also with families, because there will be a lot of work with, with not only with families, with adults and kids, and just to helping them to stay and to save the most important, the human values.
Ой, ходить сам коло вікон, а дрімота коло плота питається сон дрімоти, де ж ми будем ночувати, де хато